এয়া আকাশবাণী গুৱাহাটীৰ FM মহাবাহু।
প্ৰাসংগিক।
নমস্কাৰ শ্ৰোতাসকল, আকাশবাণী গুৱাহাটী কেন্দ্ৰৰ বাতৰি বিভাগৰ প্ৰাসংগিক অনুষ্ঠানলৈ আপোনালোকক আদৰণি জনাইছোঁ। আজিৰ অনুষ্ঠানত আমাৰ সৈতে আছে গুৱাহাটী মহানগৰ উন্নয়ন প্ৰাধিকৰণৰ মুখ্য কাৰ্যবাহী বিষয়া কৌশৰ হিলালী। এই অনুষ্ঠানটিৰ আঁত ধৰিছে মানস প্ৰতিম শৰ্মাই।
Mr. Hirali, welcome to our show. Let's discuss Guwahati being the gateway of Northeast. What can we see if we visit Guwahati?
You know, for a first timer who comes into Guwahati, I think the most important or significant place where one has to, of course, make a visit or stop by is the Kamakhya temple. It's one of the Shakti Peeths that we have in Guwahati, and it's right here. And there's a legend that says that if you visit Kamakhya once, you have to come back again for another time at least. Beyond the Kamakhya, of course, I mean, we have this absolutely magnificent vista of the Brahmaputra. And you can actually take an evening, ride on one of those very prettily and gaily done up boats that you find, For you to spend time, of course, we in the GMDA have developed this old DC's bungalow into what we are calling the River Heritage Center. It's a small museum, it's a 150 plus year old building, and we've restored it to the kind of building it was 150 years ago. And there's been a lot of attraction for that place. Beyond that, again, if we go down along the river bank, there's a very modern ropeway that we've constructed about a couple of years ago. It connects the south bank to the north, and the northern terminal is just literally on top of one of the famous shrines called Dol Gobindo. It's essentially for commuter traffic, but it also has a touristic angle to it. So, and then this entire area beyond the ropeway, we have a Nehru Park that's under the GMDA. We have a Judges Field where cricket is being played, and a lot of pretty places in and around the Guwahati High Court. And I think for one to come here, it would be just as easy to spend a couple of days, being in the midst of nature. The serenity will probably strike you as something unique. And of late, of course, there is a plan to develop the Gandhi Mandap. We have one of the highest flags fluttering from that hillock that overlooks Guwahati. It's again a very pretty place. So that's one.
Right. So you have just touched upon this point. Would you please elaborate a bit more? What is the heritage building? How it has been developed? What is the idea behind it?
This used to be, like I said, the bungalow, the residence of the Deputy Commissioner, and it was apparently constructed in the 1850s. The original structure was apparently, again, from records, we've been able to find out that it was an old Scottish kind of a building, but it probably was razed to the ground during the earthquake in 1897. Subsequently, it was, of course, again reconstructed, and what we've done is we've restored it to the pristine, the old structure that it was. We took the help of some very eminent conservation architects, Smita Makhija and Zia Hussain, and they've done a fabulous job. The idea is for it to be a repository and a reminder, to all of us who visit, a repository of information pertaining to the Brahmaputra and of the people who live along the Brahmaputra. So you have an attic on top that is, of course, been created now, and we've housed some absolutely fabulous pieces of local indigenous musical instruments, and there is an IT angle to it as well. We're developing small YouTube clips so that we are regaled with the stories of how these musical instruments are actually made and how they are played and what kind of sound it actually produces. So this is again a work in progress, and we hope to have about 210 odd instruments in another couple of months. We've roped in the Brahmaputra Cultural Foundation, for that purpose. Then, in order to show a side of Guwahati or the Brahmaputra that we don't know of, we've curated a lot of old photographs. So it's a beautiful journey from 1874 to almost 1970, and these are black and white pictures, super pictures, and they have their own story to tell. So without even having to open your mouth, you'll be able to learn a lot about Guwahati through those pictures. So that's an interesting part of the museum. There's a small library which is of course not for heavy reading. It's essentially light reading and tells you a lot about Guwahati and Assam and its people and its traditions. And there is another thing that we've done. I mean, it's dedicated to the handlooms of Assam, but it's not a usual handloom story where we show you Eri and Muga and all that. There's been sufficient publicity about that. But here what we're doing is we've tried through photographs and through some creative work, we're trying to show you how the Assamese motifs have evolved. So it's unlike anything else that you've seen anywhere. So I think this is going to be one of the principal hotspots for visitors. I mean, very soon. Already there's been a lot of traction, and we have an amphitheater, and I think that area will also. There's a small modern building that we've constructed in one corner, and it will be housing your first Starbucks in Guwahati. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting. There's also a small play area for kids. So you have a chessboard with live pieces, and they're very interesting pieces. Not really live, but all these pieces are typically Assamese, and then there's a small Ludo table and all that. I think kids are going to like it. Everyone else is going to like it, and the whole thought of actually sitting on the veranda that overlooks the Brahmaputra and watching the sunset from there. So some of the pictures that you've probably seen on social media, they're absolutely surreal, and I think you'll enjoy being there.
All right, and it's also the journey over the mighty Brahmaputra through rope out would be also very, very exciting. So, what is the response so far?
Like I said, it was essentially meant for commuting, for connecting people from North Guwahati to the south. But, on an average, we get about, across the month, if you look at an average, it'll be about anything between 500 to 600 passengers a day. It's shut one day of the week. So now what we're doing is, since we need a lot of footfall for it to be sustained, commercially, we are planning something pretty big in and around the ropeway. A bit like the Delhi Heart, for that very, very soon. And once that happens, we expect more footfall. And if we have more footfall there, then we expect a lot of people to actually go use the ropeway.
Right. And would you please tell us what are your planning, what GMD is planning for the benefit of the citizens in Guwahati?
When this new government came, and I think our Honorable Chief Minister has been continuously telling us and pushing us into creating open green spaces for the population. While Guwahati has its own set of problems like any other city, which is unplanned, this and that, but the idea is to create as much of green space as possible for the elderly, for the children. It's not so much as a venture where we want to really generate revenue for ourselves. It's both. Try and make it sustainable if possible. Otherwise, we have it as a welfare project. And the large number of parks coming up, incidentally, I'll just tell you about Nehru Park, which was one of the biggest and the best parks in Guwahati. So we've tendered for it. There's a bidder who's come in, and it's going to be a spectacular park hopefully delivered to Guwahati by the 15th of August next year. We have another interesting park that is coming up in Adabari, which again is a very congested area of Guwahati. So that's going to be probably inaugurated in another month or so. It's a very pretty park, over 8 bighas. But I think the best place for among the green spaces that we are creating in the near future is going to be the Botanical Garden in the old jail campus, which will be spread almost over 10 acres. There's going to be a water body, and we've engaged a consultant and an architect from Delhi who's doing it for us. It's going to be a mix. It's going to be a botanical garden, and there's going to be a park as well. So I think these green open spaces are really going to allow us to breathe more. And how Fasi Bazaar is too many buildings there close to each other, and you almost feel claustrophobic. So with that open space, I think it's going to be our little central park, right? In addition, of course, there's another park is currently under construction in Hengerabari. That's over about, I think, 9 or 10 bighas. Work has started already, and we hope to finish that by July. So what we're doing is we are creating these open spaces and parks, and we're doing it at double the pace that we usually do work. And I think the biggest gift, hopefully, that I would be able to deliver to Guwahatians is the Silsaku Beel, which is one of the bigger water bodies. It's almost about 700 odd bighas, but a lot of it has been encroached upon. So we've decided that in order to prevent encroachment and also to allow birds to make it okay for the birds to come and nest, what we're doing is we're cleaning up all the water hyacinth. We've been doing it for the past 2 months, and I hope within the next 2 months we will be able to deliver to Guwahati a fabulously beautiful lake, because in many cases it's in a pretty area with hills all around.
So it would be be like the Guwahati version of Dal Lake?
Not really. There's going to be a difference because, you know, the problem is this is all, runoff water from the hills that comes in and also a bit of sewerage water. So we'll have to do something to ensure that the quality of water in that lake is okay. So we are planning to, we've already engaged with CSIR to help us do bioremediation. And it'll serve two purposes. It'll augment the, when we dig it up a bit, then what happens is the retention capacity of the lake goes up. So the artificial waterlogging that happens in Guwahati this is what we feel, with the lake now being able to take in more water, perhaps there's going to be less of waterlogging immediately in the surrounding areas. And not Dal Lake, but I think it's going to be as spectacular as any other lake because I don't know whether you've seen it. It's encircled by the hills, and it surely is going to be
right. And we also hope the listeners of India who have a plan to visit Guwahati must enjoy these things as you mentioned.
I hope they do because it's unlike any other place. I mean, you may have been to the hills and other places, but this is not just a pretty place, it's also a place where people are warm and hospitable, and there's such an enormous amount of culture that's still left to be, seen. So we hope people come and, enjoy their trip to Assam and the Northeast.
Okay. Again, thank you, Mr. Kaushal.
Thank you so much.
প্ৰাসংগিক শুনিলে। আজিৰ অনুষ্ঠানটি প্ৰযোজনা কৰিলে মানস প্ৰতীম শৰ্মাই। প্ৰযোজনা সহযোগীৰ দায়িত্বত আছিল অপূৰ্ব কুমাৰ মালিক। পৰৱৰ্তী প্ৰাসংগিক শুনিবলৈ পাব অহা সপ্তাহৰ এই একেই দিনটোৰ আজিৰ এই একেই সময়তে। নমস্কাৰ।